Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon. In this episode, we're going to go tackle Haunted Tomb. Haunted Tomb is actually kind of a really weird level in just about every regard, actually. This level is really weird, and well, the way I tackled it didn't make it any easier because I tackled it in a really weird way. And I also had to keep re-recording this because I kept dying without saving my progress. So the way I ultimately decided to do this first run through is actually to just go to the end. Which I know seems kind of stupid and redundant because I kind of forgot a little bit at first how to defeat the enemies in this level. And the secrets and all the buttons and whatnot. But yeah. So honestly, the best way to get through this level is actually not to do this, but, well, that's the way I did it anyway. If you want to do this way, you obviously can. Anyway, one quick skill point here. If I can get past these guys. Obviously, the Earthshapers, as always, are completely invulnerable. There's a skill point there for just swimming into the abyss. Nothing actually too out of the ordinary. Anyway, let's keep moving, shall we? These mummies will keep infinitely respawning, which is why they don't really give gems, because most infinitely respawning enemies in the game don't. Let's go through the gates. Obviously, you push the buttons to unlock the gates. The buttons right behind the doors actually reopen them again. That is one thing that does get a little bit easier once you get through the end of the level, though, is the doors will stay permanently unlocked. But we'll have to find a way to deal with that. I got trapped in here because I forgot to push the button, or didn't care about pushing the button, take your pick. So the button's right there. Hit it quickly and run over here. If you're doing what I'm doing, get trapped on the side of the ledge. Here's our first little challenge portal. I think there's not actually that many of them. It's not actually a super long level as long as you know what you're doing. But the thing is that I forgot what I was doing. And that was our problem.
I see you've managed to...
Anyway, yes, we have indeed survived the thing. Also, everything you do in this has a little puzzle. I guessed every single one of them and didn't bother reading a word that they said. And I realized this when I was going through them and clicking through them very quickly that, oh, I actually need to pay attention here. But that didn't stop me from clicking through them anyway. Now, we got the A to B egg, and, well, here's an Agent 9 challenge level here, as you can probably see. And there's also, of course, another slide. Why would they not? I completely forgot about the slide. And I'm not sure how, because it's a bit of a pain. It's a slide. They got obsessed with the slides in this last world. Not sure why, but they certainly did. I'm not sure why. Like, they didn't even bother with it in the previous games or previous worlds. It's just, hey, look, we can do slides now. Let's do slides, like, infinitely. That's it. There's no rhyme or reason really behind why the slides are all in this last world. They just are. Anyway, it's probably about eventually coming up pretty soon where I actually learn how to defeat the Earthshapers. Right? No? Nope, maybe I just sucked for that much longer. But the Earthshapers are kind of the key to getting both through this world to defeat them. They're their own death, essentially. And they're also how to defeat the mummies, if that makes any sense. And if it didn't, well, you'll notice the glowing rocks on the ground a little bit around here where all the rocks are falling, and those will spawn infinitely just so that you can always have more chance to get them. But those little glowing rocks you can pick up and spit out of your mouth. And they explode on impact, which is how you do away with all the Earthshapers. It's how you do away with all the mummy caskets. Because the mummy caskets are where your gems are for the mummy spawns. So don't forget about that. You do need to eventually go ahead and do that. That's the one way you're gonna get through dealing with all these guys. The little, what's the word for it? Mummified canines, I guess, are fairly actually easy to deal with for the most part. Just really a good charge will send them to dead. Nothing really overly complicated. But again, I would recommend saving the Earth Shapers for last, because while there are a couple of areas like this that do spawn the little orbs that explode, well, it's just kind of easier if you use the Earth Shapers to give you their own ammo. At least in my opinion, anyway. If you want to do it a different way, obviously you can do you, because I obviously did not do this a very efficient way at all. They have like the ball flying physics, they don't fly like rockets or anything. So you do need to be kind of close, and also don't stand directly underneath of the rocks like I do. Eventually you'll get one. Maybe if you're good. You also have to aim a little bit. Of course, their timing is like exactly perfect to the point where when they throw, you're going to be like about to throw as well. And I just let that one just pelt me right on the face because I'm bad. And obviously the darker they get as well, the closer to exploding they will be. I somehow managed to explode the casket with that, even though I didn't hit it. And I got the Earth Shaper, got the last mummy. And, well, that part should theoretically be good, except for, well, as you can imagine, going around with 1 sparks, or actually 0 sparks, is fairly dangerous. And, spoiler alert. Oh, no, wait, I didn't die here. I thought I did die here. Oh, no, I did die here, right as I killed him, of course. Ha ha. Oh, I'm bad at this level. But the reason I haven't tried to cut back yet is because there's obviously still a lot to tackle in this level, because I ran through the whole thing without doing a darn thing. Darn thing. I was gonna say damn, and then decided against it out of the new recently implemented YouTube no swearing policy. But well, oh well. And yes, for those of you not in the know, that has been happening. You you very well could be hit with a no monetization flag on a video for I guess swearing. They're not clear at all. I talked a little bit about this on my other channel the other day, but the thing is with the no swearing, and actually this channel has been fine so far. But the thing with the no swearing rule is they don't tell you exactly why. And that's my problem with it, because even with Content ID, you get the little button there that's like, play the sample of the match. You don't get that with the not advertiser friendly videos, is what they're referred to in-house. You don't get that. But anyway, back on topic now, and I don't know, maybe not swearing so that we can keep this channel in good standing, because Lord knows the vlog channel will not keep that reputation for very long. Let's get back to hunting some things here. We're back to where we started now. Or no, we're not. This was a completely different room that I just ran through. This whole level looks like the same, to be honest. Doesn't have that much variety in it. It really doesn't. I mean, they couldn't even be bothered to move the slide, unlike in the last one, to its own separate area this time. The slide just kind of exists in the level we're already in. I mean, look, you can see it right through the center, which I guess is kind of cool, but at the same time, it's just like, you're not expecting it, and you just go up on that platform and you just lose your ability to walk and stand. And it's a little bit scary, because I think I did that like actually twice and forgot what was on top of the ladder, because I just was apparently not on my game when I went and recorded this. Just not at all. If you're lucky, you can get both the mummy and his casket with one throw of the explodey orbs, by the way. I took out a money basket instead, but well, that's what you have to do apparently. Oh well. Anyway, let's move on here. Let's excuse me, try to get a few more things done in this level. There's a gem that I almost missed there in the corner. Please try to not miss gems here. Let's kill this guy for once. Now that we've gotten through most of the other enemies, let's just murder his face in. Sounds like a good idea to me, right? Right. I don't know. Anyway, and moving on once more, we get back to the beginning. There is one in the beginning. I brought the little orb back, and I think that's actually about it. Also, once you complete the level, obviously you get a little backtracking path. So we can go try this again. Or is this the part where I forgot about it? I honestly don't remember. Or did I get it this time? I thought I tripped up on this like twice. Nope, I fucked it up. So much for not swearing. Oops. really should try to be better about that. Should we go try to tackle a few more of these golems? I guess. Yeah, that was definitely one of the times that I thought that I was better at this game than I am. Knew this game better. I also just haven't played this level very much because it's not really one of my favorite levels at all. And I think somebody messaged me and told me as well that this was also one of their least favorite levels. Less favorite levels. Somebody needs to learn to talk, and it's apparently the Let's Player you're watching. Apparently. Just a little bit. Not sure why. For either part of that phrase, by the way. But... Alright, enough self-hatred aside. Let's get another golem killed. Another Earth Shaper. I keep calling them golems. They're not exactly golems, even though they kind of are. They're Earth Shapers. That is their official name. At least I believe it is. That's what they're called in other games. And let's go in this challenge portal that I completely forgot what it is. Which one is this? Oh, the tank minigame. Right. This one's a pain in the butt. A little bit. Answer is 12 years, by the way. Yeah. They were actually smart and they put it in a little different thing to give you a little hint, because instead of typing out all the other numbers, they just typed out 12 and left the other ones in their number form. Let's kill some Rhinox here. Let's do it. It's a little bit difficult. It's a kind of a pain because obviously they have the same power you do, and it's 1 on 4. At least you get 4 hits if you're good and did sparks, like I did. Be good and do the sparks thing, because that's important. 3 down. Let's see if we can get that last one, shall we? For the most part, in this first iteration, they all kind of hide around this main portion, but, well, I gave you the hint when I said first portion now, didn't I? There's a second portion of this egg. Let's blast this guy out of oblivion. I think I completely cut out all of my failed attempts with this, by the way, because I was here for longer. And this part is already like 20-some minutes long, and I was like, we just had that gigantic episode of backtracking, and I really don't think you guys want to sit here through much more fail. That's the kind of thing I like about doing the post-commentary like this, is that it gives me a little bit of a chance to, I don't want to say not look like an idiot, because obviously this video has done a good enough job proving that I still can completely look like an idiot all by my lonesome. By the way, 10 tanks this time, but the nice thing about having post-commentary is just that I don't feel as compelled as I did back in, like, I managed to take that out, I think, without even trying, really, but I don't feel as compelled to keep every little thing in, because I'm just deciding on the commentary later. So even if I have, like, a good part of the commentary, because I can cut the commentary itself up and attune the commentary to what I actively need. So it's not like I'm going to keep something like, oh, I had good commentary here. It's just like, don't need it. I don't need 10 takes of me fighting tanks and doing very poorly. Don't need like a million takes of me on the slide. I don't know. I mean, you could do this with live commentary too, but I just find it like actually a little bit easier to do Let's Play in the world of post commentary. But post commentary is not obviously for everyone, and most Let's Players don't use it. Look at that strafe dodge. Right out of the way. Anyway, we've got 3 guys left. 1 hit of sparks left to save us, and then other than that, we are on our own. That guy was just kind of hiding, so we were able to get him fairly easily. There's 1 more. Obviously, your lob shots go over the little the baskets, but you have to be close enough for them. The flat shots will just travel an infinite distance or so. And we took the hit there, but also there was a little one of the fodder enemies. I'm not even sure what they are, little bugs or something on the ground, so we did actually manage to get, thankfully, a hit back. I don't think I'm the only one who's found this challenging. It's not exactly super difficult, but it's not also, like, painfully easy like some of the other minigames. But speaking of done minigames, we're done this minigame. Let's get our egg. We got MJ and TJ. It's been speculated that MJ is in reference to Michael Jackson. Obviously no proof on that, but it's the 90s, so who knows? Or actually, this game came out in like, what, 01 or something? Let's do the slide. Let's finally get this slide over and done with, shall we? Then we've got a What do we have left? An Agent 9 minigame, I think I want to say. Let's get Malcolm. Malcolm. How are you, Malcolm? Welcome to our collection of eggs, Malcolm. Is that our last gem? That is our last gem. Wonderful. So, Agent 9 minigame it is? Believe so. Let's go to the Agent 9 minigame, shall we? Let's do it. What is this one, you might be asking? Well, it's another gauntlet. Tired of gauntlets yet? Well, you won't be after this. Actually, you probably will be. Let's go through this gauntlet with Agent 9. Let's just get this done. Whatever. The answer to this riddle is what now? Footsteps. That's the one. Footsteps. I actually didn't even realize exactly what it was, and I just remembered because I guess I've played through this game enough times throughout the course of my life. I don't think you can actually kill any of the snakes now. You have to wait until you get into the gauntlet, because there's that little transition period where you go to the gauntlet. Even though I tried my darndest to kill the snakes now. Just did not work that way, because obviously once you do that. But thankfully, they left your rebound shots in, so they will bounce around a little bit, and it gets a little bit easier to kill them that way. There's a couple of rooms to the gauntlet. They probably told us, and I probably just ignored it and didn't care. Might be like 5 rooms or something. That was the first one. Let's see if we can count without getting distracted, guys. Let's go to gauntlet number 2. Can you count to 2? Anyway, important to take out the spawners as always, because you want to have the snakes keep spawning, which is why that number keeps going down, because we haven't taken all the spawners down. But once we get them all down, then we can pretty easily start wailing. Just keep firing, and eventually you'll probably kill them on the rebound shots. Then you get a bunch behind you, just turn around and you just start firing in their faces. Done gauntlet number 2. On to number 3. What does number 3 add? Oh, it starts to add mummies. But mummies don't have their caskets yet, so they can't respawn. But same deal as the last time, you need to kill the spawners so that the snakes will stop coming. Because that would make you pretty happy, I would guess, if the snakes just stopped coming, so you could actually progress through the gauntlet in the first place. Same thing as last time, we got a couple just left on our tail. And we're done the 3rd gauntlet, unless I've forgotten how to count, which is obviously very possible. 4th one. There are now caskets that can spawn for the mummies. And you need to take that into consideration. Now, thankfully, Agent 9 can blast straight through them. And don't think he can't, because he obviously can. But it's still another thing that you've just got to take care of so that you can make more progress through the level, I guess. They make the same sound as like a boulder bashing, and I'm not quite sure that's the correct sound they should be making, but well, whatever they want. Obviously, they're actually very generous with the health. That was actually everything. When the counter goes away, you're done. You don't need to worry about anything once the counter is gone. 5th and I believe last one here reintroduces the the Earth Shapers. I don't know why their name keeps failing to come to me. And right there, I actually picked up one of their ammos and didn't realize it, because that is, as with Spyro, how you would defeat them in this section. I don't think the bombs from the bomb vending machine actually ever really come back into play. This is kind of the closest you get to that. Yeah, as you can see, we're just kind of carrying it around in ourselves. And I tried to go pick one up at one point, and I failed to realize that we actually had one. Yeah, there it is. I was like, oh, we have one. We can just launch one at him. It will probably explode in his face. We can pick up another one. And 22 out of 25. Let's take out that mummy. And we've just got, I think, 2 more Earth Shapers, and we can be done with this gauntlet. Luckily, once you get everything else down, and I do recommend doing it this way, the Earth Shapers are not that bad. For whatever reason, though, their aim is actually fairly precise. So you really don't want to jump the gun and going to go get the exploding worm of doom and disaster and failure and, well, general death. Also, I believe you can go pick them up after you throw them, too. I don't think there's anything that prevents you from doing that. Just, again, be careful, because the darker it gets, the more dangerous it indeed is. We got him done. Let's go. We're done the last gauntlet. Let's get the egg. Let's get out of here, because I think that's it. This is Roxy. Yay! I really wish whenever they burped a dragon, not a dragonfly, a butterfly, it would actually go heal Sparks. But alas, the game mechanics don't work that way. So anyway, let's get out of here. That was our last egg. There's our level complete. Let's go back to Midnight Mountain being 700 gems and like 6 more eggs closer to being done this entire game. Getting pretty close here, folks. Getting pretty close indeed. Level complete.